Alrighty, yes, you're back at this channel. We got some good stuff for you and some bad stuff for you, but it's some stuff you need to hear. So let me start. I didn't start right. Let me go ahead and start with this little whole thing. Hey everybody, this is Delisa Rose, aka D Rose for real estate, that is, and all things real, and talking to you about real estate. And today we're gonna get real. In real estate, we have this term, strong people have this term. It says, I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. It may not always be what you want to know, but in this business, sometimes we have to tell you the hard truth. So real estate is almost like a trend word. I'm so happy everybody's getting in. It's time to get real. It's time to get some. And real estate is a life changer if you do it right. You don't have to be a genius to get into real estate. You don't have to have a master's degree and a doctor's degree. You don't have to do any of that to get into real estate. You could be a high school dropout, a middle school dropout, and still get your real estate license and still be very, very successful in it. And so everybody wants to do it. Everybody. You know tons of realtors. And now you are one or you're about to be one. And that's good. But I want to warn you about some other stuff. And not to frighten you, but I want you to know, so that if you know where the holes are, where the hurdles are, where the mountains are, where those valleys are, whatever else, where the bombs are, then maybe you can adjust, maneuver, avoid, overcome a little bit better. So people say, learn not from just the successful people, but the ones who've made mistakes. And in my 25 years, I've been very successful. Lifetime Achievement Awards, Hall of Fame Awards, Most Inspiring Realtor by the National Association of Realtors, acknowledged by Oprah Winfrey herself for different things. I retired at 46 years old. All that stuff, yeah. But I've also made a lot of mistakes. And I'm sharing today because I wish somebody would have told me then what I know now. So, one, never buy franchise. No, for real. In real estate, the way that we realtors have created the image of us and each other is almost harmful. We've created the image that all we do is open doors. We've created the image that our job is easy. We've created the image that it's just luxurious, and it sets people up for failure, and it's a real facade. Realtors are probably some of the most essential workers in the economy. I think we're up there with lawyers, doctors, teachers, and policemen, heroes. But yet we're ranked with car salesmen. We're undervalued, underrespected, and underappreciated. Investors get more respect than we do, and we have a license. Wholesalers get more respect than we do, and we have a license. We also have an image as if we need everybody to feel good, and we need them to feel good in this very stressful process. Moving, I don't know if you know, but moving is one of the top 4 most stressful things that a person will go through in their life. Death is one. Finding out they have a terminally ill illness, getting married is stressful, and moving. And we are in control of their whole moving process. In moving in real estate, we have to deal with personalities. I don't know if any of you know people with personalities, but dealing with 1 or 2 people is really, really hard. But we have to basically supervise and coordinate and be responsible for everything. And it's not always our responsibility. So what do I mean? We have to be responsible for people's loan, even though we're not. We have to be responsible for what title says or does, but we're not. We have to be responsible for people's credit. We're not. We have to be responsible for people's debt, but we're not. We feel the pressure of the world as to if this person gets a home, doesn't get a home, if this person gets their home foreclosed upon, if they don't foreclose. Everything is on us. And that could be emotionally overwhelming. Additionally, we deal with a lot of adults or let me say children in adult-sized bodies. Real talk. So you deal with a lot of personalities, a lot of adult tantrums, a lot of unprofessional people. And in real estate, there's really nobody to go to. You know, people can say, oh, I'm gonna call your broker. I'm gonna call my broker. I'm self-employed, you know? So that could be really hard. So you always have to make sure that you don't join the circus. You always have to make sure that you are emotionally mature, emotionally healthy, that you handle the stress professionally, and that you don't get sucked in and start going back and forth. As realtors, I think many realtors forget that they are the middle person. They're the middlemen. They represent the client, they speak for the client, and a lot of times realtors blame each other, you know, for things that go wrong. And they forget that, hey, I want this to close just as much as you do. But my client, who is a grown person, doesn't like this, or they want this. So that could be very hard. I could say too, it's stressful when all of your money is commission-based. All of it is commission-based. You have a mortgage, you have rent, you have a car note, you have daycare, you have bills, you have medical needs, you have other things going on, and you don't know when your next check is coming. Even if you have a closing set up in the next 2 weeks, you're like, oh, I hope it closes, I hope it closes. And you'll never know if it's gonna close until it actually closes, or you have a commissionectomy. You ever heard of that? No, yeah, I created that, I think. Commissionectomy. First you have a commission, then you don't. Like an appendix. Anyway, but it's not a laughing matter when it happens, because with real estate, we also get paid huge amounts, you know? So one deal can make a break, be the difference of $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000. So it's not like, oh, I just lost the closing or lost the deal. No, I just lost $20,000. That's a big deal. Real talk, we're adults, we're self-employed, and in order to really be successful, you have to eat the frog first. You have to do the hard things. You have to do the things that aren't fun. You have to prospect and call people and network and smile and show up. You have to, you know, be available during odd hours, sometimes evening and weekends. Whereas sometimes you just don't feel like it. And I'm gonna really say, you never feel like it. Who wants to like go show houses on Saturday when they could be like hanging at the movies or chilling? Who wants to take a phone call at 9:30 p.m. just to play psychiatrist or psychologist to a client? Nobody. You know, it's fun for a little while and then you get burnt out. But those are some of the things that can come with the territory. And there's nobody there to make you do the stuff that you need to do unless you have a great accountability partner or a great team or a great office or a great support, system. So you can easily lose motivation. You can easily be discouraged. You can easily lose drive, lose ambition, because it's very hard to keep it up 365 days a year. But that is what's required. You got to show up even when you don't feel like showing up. And oftentimes, the majority of people can't do it. 50% of agents write no contracts a year. None. Another 20, 25%, I don't know what the new stats are, but will write less than 6 contracts a year, making under $35,000 to $45,000 a year. 10% of all realtors, 10% do 90% of the work. It used to be 20% doing 80, but now it's 10% doing the majority of the work. So the majority of people will not be successful at it. I'm not gonna say they're gonna fail, but they won't be successful at it. The majority of people can't get out of their own way. The majority of people don't do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done in order to be successful. The majority of people are not disciplined. And that's why I strongly encourage people to be on teams. Not that the team is gonna save you, because it's not. but at least there'll be one or two more people there than not. I mean, not talking about the money and the taxes. The real truth about real estate. You get paid, but everything you get paid is not yours, even when it hits your bank. So it's not what you make, it's not what you take home, it's what you keep. And usually people learn how to manage their real estate finances the hard way. That's also something that you want to be very mindful of. Pay your taxes. If you get a $20,000 check, 33% of that may go to Uncle Sam. They will get it, or you will get a lien, or you will get one of those you owe the IRS letters. So put it aside. Don't spend it. Have a separate bank account for taxes. Have a separate bank account for emergency funds. You know, have a separate bank account for the investments you want to buy. But that is the real hard truth, is that you can make a lot of money in real estate, but you could also lose a lot of money in real estate. And everything that you make isn't necessarily yours to keep. Another hard truth is that your brokerage won't always make you successful. Your broker is not going to feed you all the leads in the world that allow you to support your family, yourself, your dreams. No. You are going to have to do the work. You are going to have to do the work, and ultimately your success or failure is all on you. Now, what's wrong with that? Let me back up. What's wrong with that is that the majority of people, well, let me digress. Give me 5 seconds, okay? Don't, if you didn't hear anything, you want to keep watching this right now. Right now. This is going to be the realest stuff you ever heard. In order to be successful, we have to do things that go against our natural makeup. What do you mean by that, Delisa? Neuroscience. The body is meant and the mind is meant to keep you safe. To keep you safe. Safe from harm, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Well, the only way you can be safe is if you do nothing and take no risk. That's the only way you can be safe. And the only way that you can be successful is if you take risk. If you don't care about what people say. If you speak up, regardless of what the rejection may be. If you overcome your fear and you move and you're courageous to attempt to accomplish something, even if it means that you may fail. So everything that you need to do in order to be successful is opposite of how the brain was designed. So you were always at a battle with yourself, whether it's real estate, whether it's anything, any industry, any goal, you're battling with yourself. But in real estate, it's almost like the perfect storm, because you're dealing with all different kind of people, their money, your money, all different kind of emotions, no stability, a lot of risk, and truly you're moving in the unknown without any roadmap, without any direction, without any safety net. Forgive me, I'm trying to explain 25 years worth of stuff and hundreds of years worth of real estate history in a 15-minute YouTube video. It's almost impossible. But I am open for free consultations. So feel free to just hit me on the DM, hit me on the email, set an appointment. My calendar is open and we will go through. But the realest stuff is real estate is a life changer, well worth it. But it's not easy. It's not rocket science, but it takes discipline. It takes persistence, it takes consistency, and it takes you getting out of your own damn way. And the majority of people stay mediocre because they don't know how to do it. So I hope that you're in the top 10%, and one day you join me in the top 1%. God bless. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment.